The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, as well as Amazon and Audible. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful duo based out of Los Angeles who are major influencers that'll be coming up, and it's a humorous look at the world and of YouTube celebs, hapless agents, and of course colorful cats as well too, which is perfect for the wonderful occasion. And of course, this wonderful project is vying for honors on Online Film Fest. And this is won Best Ensemble Cast, Best Pilot, and Hollywood Ready Independent Film Fest. And of course, we got upcoming projects and just an amazing collaboration. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plush Studios in beautiful downtown, somewhere in California. Ladies and gentlemen, the stars of the influencers, and they make a great influence. Ellie Kornfeld and Desiree Staples. Ladies, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having us. We're thrilled to be here.
Hi.
And thrilled to have you guys as well, too. So basically, you guys have teamed up to be the influencers, which is a humorous look at the world and of YouTube celebs and hapless agents and number of cats and everything else. And this is vying for honors at many online film fests. This is won Best Ensemble Cast, Best Pilot, and also part of the Hollywood Independent Film Fest, People's Choice Awards, and many more. And before we get into all that, tell you how you guys first got started.
Yeah, so me and Allie sort of both moved to LA at the same time. I think that's kind of the origin story. I'm from Orange County originally, went to school for theater in Chicago and started in acting. That's how it all began, and then wanted to make my own content. So realized doing TV and film should go back to LA. And but was looking, I had a lot of experience producing and acting, but not as much writing. And so I wanted to partner with a brilliant screenwriter, and Allie and I met up through a mutual friend, and the rest was history. We've kind of been inseparable ever since, but we wrote this pilot based on we both thought influencers, especially 2 or 3 years ago, when they were just really, Vine was just kind of having its demise, and it was starting more on Instagram and YouTube and all this jazz, that we were like, oh, this is a fun world that we haven't seen explored in a comedic sitcom comedy series kind of way. And
as well, Desiree, Allie, and go ahead, tell us who you got started.
I was working in New York and writing sketch comedy for theatre at night, and wanted to make the transition into television. So jumped out here and met Desi pretty soon after I moved, and she had just moved into an apartment building that had like all of these Vine star characters in it, and that's sort of how we got talking and how we thought, well, we should write something funny together.
And that's amazing. And whereabouts in Australia you're from, Allie?
From Brisbane, Queensland, Australia.
Brisbane, very beautiful, very beautiful. And what was that one that precisely influenced you guys and say, this is what we're going to do?
What influenced us was the question?
What was that one precise moment that influenced you to say, hey, this is what we're going to do officially, or like with your careers?
That's really interesting. For us, I think it was us just brainstorming and talking about, these real people by the pool. It was wild where I was at. It's this tall blue building in Hollywood. You would know it if you're on Sunset and Vine. And at the pool, you'd see these 2 helicopter pilots and Oprah's godson, which we say, and rappers just really just hanging out. Like this was their Tuesday morning, and I'd come out to like have a coffee, and then we just started people watching, So I think once we started really diving into these people that are real and make us laugh, that we want to do this. And then we kind of just didn't stop from there. We started working with one of Allie's connections from UCB, one of the teachers there, and kind of writing and workshopping some scripts. And then we wanted to shoot it because we had it done. Yeah, I would say that.
And then Allie, how about you as well?
Yeah, so I guess actually, are you asking like what made us want to get into storytelling in the first place, or
like from your end as well too, like the one moment that influenced you in saying this is it, like from your perspective?
Oh, okay, yes. Well, I guess Desi and I had like the same kind of taste in shows that we loved and watched, and the same kind of humor, and I mean, honestly, I wasn't quite sure. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to meet Desiree and then we got along so well that it was like, all right, we have to write something. And then when we realized that we hadn't seen this world explored in the kind of comedic tone that we wanted to explore it, that's when we were like, yeah.
That is amazing, guys. Talk about similar TV shows and everything. And what are some of your favorite TV shows you guys enjoy growing
up? Well, I mean, I know inspiration for this for sure is The Office, and we both love ensemble comedies, and I really love character pieces, which I think are tougher because you really gotta fill that world. But yeah, The Office for sure. Arrested Development has been huge for me. I think all the actors on that are so brilliant.
Like at that time that we met, we were like coming out of the Tina Fey kind of mania. Like that was 30 Rock was a huge, influence, I guess, and Kimmy Schmidt. So all of those shows were very instrumental.
It sounds amazing too. And who are some of your favorite actors and actresses and comedians growing up?
Oh God,
that's a really good one too. Well, I love. Kristen Wiig is, such an inspiration. Kate McKinnon, of course. I think these gals who can do so many different characters are amazing. And Reese Witherspoon's probably my biggest influence, just because I know she does do comedy brilliantly, not as much of a straight up comedian, but I love, and what me and Allie have worked to create is very women-centric pieces. And with Reese, her whole past, I want to say 3 years, was not seeing enough women characters and pieces and stories, and so she made them herself. So I love that kind of agency, and that's what me and Allie have been doing with this show, is just doing it ourselves and getting it out there, and doing these festivals and this festival circuit, and just trying to show everyone our fun little quirky world of the influencers. Yeah.
And Allie, how about you as well?
Well, growing up, actually, Eric Bana, a few people know that he was a sketch comedy character actor in Australia for a long time. And so I used to watch a lot of sketch comedy. And so he was one of my heroes before he became a serious actor in Hollywood. But yeah, certainly, I guess Tina Fey was huge for me. And a lot of the amazing improv actors in New York who have since moved to LA. I think Christina Gauzes, Eliza Skinner. I don't know. There's so many, hundreds.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You're going to say something, Desiree?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you reminded me, Allie, with Australia, Chris Lilly with Summer Heights High.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more in the past, probably 5 or 6 years, but he definitely has inspired me a lot. He does 3 different characters on each season of his show, and just the sheer, just how much he throws himself into it is very admirable and makes me laugh.
Nathan, for you.
Oh, so good. Nathan Fielder. We love Nathan Fielder. He's listening.
Nathan Fielder. I mean, I'm learning a lot here as well, too. And of course, Desiree, you grew up in Chicago as well, too. My home area as well. You've been seen in viral videos like 500-Pound Man with 15 million views. You act off-Broadway at the Cherry Lane Theater. And also Take Me to Tarzan. You can just tell us about those.
Oh, geez. Wow. Well, I love it. It's always nice during COVID to get reminded of the things you've done in your life, so that's always good. But yeah, so the ClickHole video, that was one of the first things I did. That was really fun. That was with The Onion, the Onion News Network. They do really fun videos.
Onion News. I love The Onion News.
Yes.
That's right. True news. The Onions. Yeah, it may stink, but it's true.
That's right. So that one was really fun. It was the premises, which, they always parody just on the line of could this be real, that this fellow does a weight loss program that splits him into 2 different people with, I guess, half the weight. So my girl was married to both of them, and very, very happy with the results of this transformation. And so it got 50 million views and a lot of messages about me having 2 husbands. So that was really fun. That was my first foray into the don't look at the comments kind of thing, but mostly positive. But it was very funny. But yeah, more seriously, theater was my whole life. I went to Northwestern, and that's what brought me to Chicago, actually, in doing theater. So I did a play, Kafka's The Trial, very dark, very, that kind of emotional, raw theater, conservatory acting you think of. That was a blast. And yeah, but other than that, really my past 3 years have been making my own content with collaborators such as Allie. And I've got another short on the circuit right now called It's What She Would Have Wanted, with some of my Northwestern peers. Right, yeah. And of course, we're going to talk a little bit about that and have you do a little plug as well, too. And of course, Allie as well, too. You also co-create as well, too. Australian writer, producer. You're working on tech stories on Facebook Watch. 3 million followers. Make it 3.1 here. And you've written on digital series Waragami for CWC. And Science with British YouTube influencer Charlie McDonald and Magna Theater in New York. And you can just tell us about some of those. And I still can't go over the fact, Desiree, you've got 2 husbands. Are you looking for a third? There's plenty of info. I love it. Sure, why not?
Okay, we'll send some over to you. I got text here like that, so here we go.
Yes, that is my bio. I definitely came from the sketch comedy world in New York, and after Australia, obviously, and then moving out here, I was lucky enough to work on some digital series for a company called Newform that make, I guess, 10-minute episodes. So they're almost like web series, but then they get packaged together to form long-form content. So we did a series called Waragami, which is about people who have the power to turn paper into weapons, which is very cool.
Oh.
And Yeah.
I get paper cuts array. That's a weapon array. It's like, do we need something more dangerous? I'm afraid of paper cuts. We need more weapons. Come on.
That's a pretty cool skill to have. And I think the name of the show was the best thing about it. Also, the text stories that I write were like funny stories told in 3 minutes, written via text message. So the whole idea was to have a hook and some suspense and tension and a twist before it ends. So that was really fun to create.
That's really interesting. LOL and WD. I'm laughing. Who done it?
Okay.
Yeah. Go. There it is.
Yeah.
I'm learning more about that. And we're going to talk about your latest creation, The Influencers, in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking a budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, Amazon, Audible, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Desiree Staples and Allie Kornfeld of the Influencers on the Mike Wagner Show, talking about how they come together, how their ideas just really melt together, and of course, getting a lot of laughs along the way. Oh, and by the way, Allie, I just got a text, about your Texter series as well too. It says TBDI. The Butler did it. So, so just
yeah,
Out of the press.
Okay, so let's talk about the influencers as well too. It's basically a humorous look at the world and YouTube celebs and hapless agents and pretty cats as well. And tell us all about it. Yeah.
So I guess we can jump into what the series is actually about, since we're talking about how we created it. But so Mia is an aspiring talent agent, and we thought that was fun because we haven't seen a lot of shows that circle around an aspiring talent agent versus an actor. And she thinks that she has an interview at the very prestigious ICM, but it is in fact not the ICM that all the industry knows, but Internet Celebrity Moguls, a smaller, more intimate office that represents specifically YouTube stars and influencers and, like you were saying, feline friends. And Mia, my character, basically is trying to get out immediately, but sort of gets accidentally, without spoiling too much, accidentally has to be there longer than she wants to be. So that's what the pilot explores and kind of sets up the whole world. Trying to think what else. Oh, and Allie, if you want to talk about Greg and Erwin, maybe.
Sure. Well, two of the characters in the office that manage these YouTube stars are kind of showing us the other side of the influences that we look at. So I guess we came at the show from the angle of, isn't it weird that people who can press their face into bread become like instant celebrities online and then get book deals and tour? And so while Mia, which is Desi's character, points out that this is absurd and like, what are we doing with our lives? The two characters who work in the office are just so adoring of all these quirky YouTube stars. And through them, we get to see the magic of what makes everyone on YouTube special, which is really what we believe. I mean, we can both see the absurdity and also the charm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And of course, there's also second chances as well, too, like the ones that can't break your typical Hollywood. There is basically what used to be a minor league, but could be a major player in YouTube. And I've seen that happen as well, too. It's like they try to break into Hollywood, but then they get frustrated. They go to YouTube, they become bigger stars. And next thing you know it, I mean, who knows? YouTube could be bigger than Hollywood itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think it has given artists and creators, and even just people with hosts, people with personalities, their own agency to create their own careers. So I think overall, absolutely, as much as we like to take a tongue-in-cheek vibe with it and like to reflect on the craziness of the world and some of the things that are just this new universe and technological world we live in, but also that, power to them. It's an amazing new platform, a way to connect, which we haven't been able to do before, and really have those communities for people that love animals or love pranks or love the fails, all those fail sport kind of things, just new communities, which is really cool.
And of course, I'm sure you had something to say about it as well too, Allie. So it's like you've been there, done that, and whatever else, and you probably met people like those, and even those cute cats get like, what was it, like 1 billion views or something?
I hated cats until the internet, and then now I'm obsessed with watching them online. So I don't have one, but it's just a matter of time. But yeah, definitely. I think like for me, YouTube is such an artist forum. Like it really lets people express themselves without any kind of constrictions. And I mean, obviously there's some bad stuff on there, but yeah, for us, it's the perfect medium because eventually, we obviously made a web series which is designed to go online, and we didn't have any restrictions, and so it all fed into what we're doing here, and we recognize it as a full circle.
And how many YouTube celebrities have you actually met that actually related to the influencers?
That's a really good point. So in our future episodes, we've written a few based on some of our favorite influencers that inspired the show. But I've met in my daily life, or not my daily life, but while I've been in LA, probably like 5 to 10. And those that have watched the show have really enjoyed it. And we're hopeful to include them in future episodes, because that's big for us, is we want to include these real and actual life experience influencers that can bring their experience and history to it. Because I'm sure, this is what keeps inspiring me, is like what their daily life is like when they go to the supermarket, and, and what they're taking pictures, I'm sure, of everything and videoing this moment they think is really funny while also being mobbed potentially by 12-year-old girls. It's just a different for me, that's always just really interesting, of what is their day like. So, but the only one that we had, I want to say, we had Food Squish Girl in the pilot, who is a real food squish gal on the Instagram. And
big sport.
yes, very impressive. But we did invite Sunglass Cat, which is you can check Sunglass Cat out on Instagram, who has, I think, nearly 1 million followers now. I'll have to fact check that. But and the cat's actual name is Bagel, and her owner came to the premiere all dressed and dolled up. And so that was pretty cool that we had an actual feline influencer at the actual premiere. And that's the kind of stuff we want to do. We want to mesh the worlds and do public stunts like that, and just kind of have the most fun, because this world's really, really fun.
Exactly. And of course, with the influencers, you guys had won multiple awards, including Best Ensemble Cast at the Santa Monica Webfest, Best Pilot at the Seoul Webfest, and also the HRAFF People Choice Awards for the Best Short Film Comedy at the Hollywood Real Independent Film Fest. And I have to say this is actually no joke. You guys actually got some numerous awards.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not?
Why not? No, it's been exciting. It's been definitely really interesting being on the virtual film circuit. We started our circuit in the real world pre-COVID last year, 2019, but we've definitely had, I guess 3 or 4 now that have been online, which is a whole other world. But we've been really lucky. I think the Ensemble Cast Award was a really exciting one to get, because we were very proud. Our whole cast, PJ McCormick, who plays Erwin, Jeff Harms, who plays Greg, Preston, Daniel Foran, Kai, Chris Rutten, just like such funny improv geniuses. So that was really probably my favorite one that we got. But exciting that people are responding to it and want to see more.
That's fantastic. And Allie, let's get some of your thoughts as well, too. So don't be afraid to jump in. I mean, we don't bite, as you know.
I'll definitely the shy one out of the two of us. Okay, so I guess for me, the fun thing about winning these awards is we've had to record some acceptance speeches for these virtual shows. So that's been really fun, finding appropriate backgrounds and, getting in the spirit in our living rooms, getting all dressed up. It's just been a blast.
And if we didn't know we win, like kind of thing, just doing one just in case we win, it's a whole new frontier. But it's been really cool, and the community of filmmakers and these film festivals persevering despite these crazy times is really, really inspiring, and it's been awesome to see the other films. And
it sounds like it. I can imagine these new acceptance speeches. I like to thank my mom. I thank my dad, my interior decorator, my contractor for not, making too much noise while fixing, and the roof for not letting it fall, and for the cat not to crap all over or jump in front of me. I mean, I can imagine something like that. So, and once again, where can we find the influence of that?
We just premiered at Catalina Film Festival, which was 3 days ago. I think next we have another festival coming up. We can't say which one it is, I don't think yet, but we'll send a link that people can check out the website. If you type in Ali Kornfeld or Desiree Staples, the influencers, our website will come up, along with, if you hashtag the influencers series on Instagram, you'll be able to see some of our behind the scenes and other pictures and exciting things.
That sounds great. We're looking forward to it as well, too. And we'll talk about a few more things, what's coming up. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition way. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with Desiree Staples and Ali Kornfeld of the influencers here on the Mike Wagner Show. And just a few more things before I wrap up. Love to have you guys back on as well, too, with a few more interesting stories. And Desiree, you've got a project out called It's What She Would Have Wanted. And just tell us something about that, since you mentioned earlier.
Sure, and Ali helped out with that one as well on set, and my right-hand woman, as always, and all thanks. But It's What She Would Have Wanted. I executive produced and also acted, and that seems to be my jive. It's a short dramedy film about a group of gals that make a pact in middle school that if any of them were to pass away or go missing or something happen, that they'd break into that girl's childhood home and take anything incriminating away, like texts or drugs or sex toys, if I'm allowed to say that. Sorry if not. And one of the girls in their adulthood actually does end up passing away in an accident, and they decide to fulfill this pact. So it's a really fun, just interesting story about friendship and women relationships. And anyway, it's playing at Nashville Film Festival, October 1st through 7th. It's playing Mill Valley, the 8th through the 18th, and it's playing LA Shorts from October 2nd through the 31st. So you can see that one on lots of different film festivals right now. But yeah, that's that project. And me and Ali, of course, are always excited to film the next episodes of The Influencers. We're looking both for producers, investors, and a platform for that. So if you're listening and you want to be a part of a cool comedy show that has the episodes written, we're your gals.
And awards.
Yes, and you're looking for future YouTube stars and cats on the show? I got plenty.
Okay. Yes. And yeah, we're definitely looking for collaborators, and especially influencers, YouTube stars, cats. We love cats. We do have an episode written about Mia having to sign a cat, which we are very excited to do. And it's been fun because, influencers, I'm sure, during this time and COVID are thriving because they have their setup already ready. They got their ring light going. So it's a good time. It's a good time to be working on this.
And it does sound like fun. And what else can we expect from you guys in 2021 and beyond?
Mostly that, right?
More of the influences to come, definitely. I mean, yeah, we're always creating more, writing more. So, yeah, that's our job.
We can't stop. We don't stop. And we're writing partners, so we have other ideas in the oven that are cooking. But we really love this one right now. And, it's been interesting because when we first were writing it, we were worried. We were like, is this going to be something that's just 6 months and then everyone doesn't care about influencers anymore, and they've only become more and more important and used in media and blown up even more. So we want to stick with it for as long as we can.
That sounds great. Looking forward to that. And who do you consider biggest influences in your careers?
Whew. Biggest influences. Well, going back, Steve Carell, that's The Office again. I love. Jane Fonda, just people come to my head. Jane Fonda, I love. I think she is, and Lily Tomlin. Actually, Grace and Frankie is such a great show, and I love anything that plays with women that we see on TV, especially women of a certain age, especially just character actors like Lily and icons like that. Those are, and Reese Witherspoon, like I said. I think those are the ones that are coming to my mind.
And Allie, how about you? Who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
I'm literally drawing a blank here, but my peers, my friends are actually huge influences on my writing. I respect them so much, and we bounce a lot of ideas off each other. Recently, my most recent influencer would be Tony McMurray's an Australian writer who obviously won an Oscar for The Favourite and wrote The Great. And I'm definitely aspiring to write his irreverent kind of comedy all the time.
Allie told me about The Great on Hulu. If you haven't watched that, check it out. It is so good. That's comedy at its finest and rawest and ridiculousest. So, yeah, that's a really good one, Al.
That sounds like it. And what's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point?
Wear a mask.
I love that. Yes. Be safe. If you can get out of this sooner. 100%, actually. Please do. But also, we're big advocates for not requiring permission to pursue your career. And I think that's been huge for us. And people are always kind of surprised or impressed when we're like, well, you just made this TV series. And I don't know, I think that's been huge, of just not waiting by the phone. As an actor, I think, and writer, so often we don't have a ton to do, and we're in our own little box of creation, and you gotta just get stuff out there no matter what it is, just to get to hear what people think of it and how it affects them. And because you gotta just share it with people. So I would say make your own stuff. Do those, Instagram stories or posts or Facebook things. Play with comedy.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
My advice is to, especially before filming, I think we did some serious testing of our script in front of live audiences with the actors reading live, and we did a few of those and some punch-ups, and I think that really helped us decide, which script to film and how to get the most of it. So I recommend that as a process before filming.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know you guys did that. You just have a little test audience. Back in the test audience days in Hollywood, you actually invite a bunch of people and you just show it on a screen. But here you do it on a live stage. That's very interesting. I like this. I'm learning a lot from you guys. That is so interesting.
Yeah, we had a great time with that. That was with See What Sticks, which is a collective that every month they workshop, I think, 3 or 4 different projects, anything that's written. And so we got to workshop the influencers with a bunch of the original cast and some other very kind actors, and get to hear when they laughed, who laughed, what parts worked. I think we did 2 episodes, actually.
Yeah. And Deadline Junkies, we took it to.
Deadline Junkies as well, which is a screenwriting group based in Sherman Oaks. That's fantastic, and they're doing meetings and readings over Zoom every day, actually. We got a lot of feedback, and we felt really good about our shooting script going in, which let us play a lot.
Oh.
Nice.
And that is very amazing. Once again, Ellie Kornfeld and Desiree Staples of the influencers here on the Mike Wagner Show. Ladies, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people check out your works?
Yeah, well, follow us on the Instagram for sure. That's just Desiree Staples, Desiree, Staples like the store, but no affiliation, sadly, yet. And yeah, if you just type in the influencers, it's not available online yet because we're still doing the festival circuit, but keep posted for that. But yeah, via Instagram is the easiest way to see what me and Allie are up to, I would say.
Yeah. My Instagram is Allie Kornfeld, Allie,Ally, Kornfeld, Kornfeld.
That is fantastic. Once again, ladies, Ellie Kornfeld, Desiree Staples of the influencers on the Mike Wagner Show. Very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely great. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on 2021 and beyond. You guys have been a great influence.
Thanks very much.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.